Donald Trump's legal team in New York finally, after a week of talking about it, filed their motion for a mistrial, citing the fact that Judge Arthur Eron and others in that courtroom are just totally biased against Trump. They're a bunch of Trump haters. They hate the Trump. And they want the whole trial thrown out, and we'll just have to start it all over again with a new judge. As I said, they'd been talking about this for a week. Alina Haa first mentioned it at the end of last week, and then she mentioned it again this past Sunday, and then there was rumblings throughout the week, and then finally Thursday evening, they're like, boom, here you go. And almost immediately after Trump and his lawyers filed this motion for a mistrial, the New York Attorney General's office fired back. They sent a letter to the judge torching the claims made by Donald Trump and his lawyers. And there's really just one line that sums up the entire thing that the Attorney General's office said about the motion for a mistrial. They said that there is a total lack of merit. A total lack of merit to any of the claims, any of the spurious allegations, they say, that Donald Trump and his lawyers bring up in this motion for mistrial. In other words, you got this motion for a mistrial, Judge, right? And it's filled with fantasy. It's filled with nonsense. It's filled with non-legal issues that this defense team just kind of dreamed up because they were desperate for anything. So the mistrial motion is not going to go anywhere. There is not going to be a mistrial declared in this New York fraud trial for the exact reasons that the Attorney General's office stated in their letter to the judge. There's no real grievances here. You're mad because you're losing. I mean, technically you already lost. Like, you're not just losing, you lost already. So in the motion for mistrial, one of the things they cited was, of course, the gag order. Like, he's so biased, he put a gag order against me. It's like, okay, well, that's actually within his rights to do that. That's not a reason for a mistrial. It happens in trials across the country, nearly every day. So that's not exactly something that we can declare a mistrial over. Well, he's biased against me. Okay, well, you didn't actually cite any real instances of bias that the judge has shown in the trial. So you gotta have examples, folks. It's like you're writing a research paper from your college days or high school days, and you turn it in and you don't cite any sources at all. And the teacher's like, yeah, but where'd you get this? Like, oh, I got it from some books. Yeah, I read these books. These books are great. Best books I've ever read. And they told me this information here. And the teacher's like, cool, what books are they? I don't remember. Okay, well, you have to cite your sources. And when you're filing a motion in court, you have to, as in every other, part of court, you have to have evidence. You can't just say, I don't like this judge because this judge is biased. Okay, well, why is the judge biased? They're biased because they don't like me. No. I mean, why are they, what have they done that's biased against you? Well, he ruled against me for one. Okay, that's not bias. That's just you losing your court case because the evidence was overwhelming that you did these things. So again, this motion for a mistrial is going to go absolutely nowhere because Donald Trump's lawyers have no legal argument for a mistrial. But this is not going to be the last time they try something this desperately stupid. So buckle up, because as I always say, it's going to continue to get dumber. Hey everyone, this is Aspen. And did you know that for the low cost of $0 per day, you can subscribe to the Fair and Balanced YouTube channel. We also encourage you to like, comment, and share. But again, click that subscribe button and help Aspen not be so grumpy.